Hello everyone, welcome on back to Pallegney. Alright, so I'm just in the process of getting the milk moved over. I did move some of the equipment to the store to be sold. At least everything that I'm pretty confident that we didn't start with. And it's everything that we won't use. So obviously the trailer we didn't start with, I'll have to sell that still. Header and stuff like that, but like the mower we started with, all that stuff will be kept, but and we just got regular old milk. Almost 4,000 liters. Quite a bit. So yeah, today we have the corn harvest, and then we'll likely end up skipping to next month as well, which it looks like we'll have sunflowers that month. That's what it looks like, at least. So we will be obviously doing more corn tortillas out of this production. Obviously we'll have to just have it automatically sell. I don't have much other way I can really do it outside of replacing the whole production, and I don't know if that really makes sense at this point in time. Okay, I did turn that back to storing. Yeah, we got quite a few things here. Obviously the tractor won't be sold yet, but so, you know, the hoe, windrow, spreader, tedder, planter. We'll start with this first. This is going to be one of the more expensive things. It's farther out of the trigger. It's $150,000 right there. This is going to easily, selling all this is going to easily put us well over $1 million. We'll sell that 25 or 26 grand, it looked like. And that's just under 10 grand. Officially over $1 million. This is almost 12 grand. Looks like this will be like 20 grand. Yeah. Yeah, we're officially over the $1 million mark, which was kind of expected to happen eventually. It just kind of makes sense to get rid of some of that stuff now, because really that stuff's just going to go down in value from now on. It's not going to get any better from now, so I might as well just sell it and get what I can. So yeah, obviously I wasn't going to sell this tractor yet. This will be sold, but it will be sold like towards the end. Probably be one of the last things. Basically like right alongside like the water tanker and stuff, it'll be sold. And we have both of the headers would have to be sold. The combine itself would not be sold, but the headers would be. Of course, this harvest and then the sunflowers will probably take a little bit longer just because of the crop they are. I'm not sure about that one. Obviously, I don't know. It'll take a while. I'll have to try to think of how am I going to do that? Because the ending almost has a lot more planning in it than like the rest of the series practically. Because I got to make sure I have enough things in each video so it's long enough. Well, then I also don't want the finale or something to be super short. Which really selling things, it ends up being a lot longer than I always think it is. So, but I also have to figure out when I'm going to do that harvest then. We'll see. It might be closer to that time where maybe we can sell like soybeans and some of that stuff. Obviously, we then have to still go to the winter next month, but I don't know. I'll figure something out, but yeah. I'm still obviously looking at maps at the current moment. I have pretty nailed down to like a couple of options that I do like. I haven't like picked out the starting farms or anything. Obviously, I know I did ask if there was suggestions for maps or anything. That was a couple of videos ago. It hasn't came out, but obviously, if there was a suggestion back then, you know, I will be considering it. A bunch of good options, so you know, it may not get used right now, perhaps, but it may be used in the future. Obviously, I have in the past did like 1 year challenges, and some maps are pretty ideal for that. And you know, maybe it's, you know, will be used for that and not used for a full series. Yeah, like I said, there's like 2 different maps. I think right now that I'm really looking into. There might be more, obviously, by the time this video's out, but well, I think what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and start up a time lapse. We should be able to get this field finished out pretty quick, so I'll talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I don't understand what they want from me. They take my hands, washing them in dirty water. Try to find what's right in a distant place, so far away. The silence fills my heart with empty space. But now I'm sure of where I'll go from here. And tensions rise, they push me to divert my vision. But I will break the ceiling and the walls that kept me in for all this time, and all the reasons that I cannot find. They'll wait for me to fall under that pressure. They'll wait for me to give it up. Well, I will not work against the forces I trust. Have to stay above the rushing water.
Alright, so we're on the final strip here for the corn. Should all fit into the combine, as far as I can tell at least. We will, of course, need the actual trailer for the sunflowers, because that is way too far away from any sort of production for it, you know, for me to just drive it to it. Obviously, we will be advanced like 1 month for that to be ready. I'll have to check to make sure the animals should go a month. They should, but I think the one chickens have 7,000 or 8,000 liters in there, so they should be good. The other one is like 800 liters, so they should be good. I want to say the cows and water buffalo have 60,000 liters of food, which should put them at a good amount. Well, the food's kind of the main priority, making sure they're all going to be good. So 600, they still should be good. Should be good there as well. I suppose we really don't know how much we have in corn here. Be over 20,000 liters again. It'd probably be like 24, 25,000. I think that's what we ended up with last time. Yeah, considering what's in there, I would say that's a flat ratioed. It'd be like 26,500. Now, to be honest, for some reason, the fuel does worry me a little bit. We might be fine. I also don't want to forget about it and then end up running out in the middle. But I think I'll get it to where it's about half a tank. And I'll honestly probably get it repaired up there. So we should be getting the best yields for everything. Alright, like I said, we'll get this to be about halfway. Should easily be enough. I'd just rather be safe than sorry than end up having to go up here later anyways. 240 bucks. And that should basically guarantee us enough. We probably had enough before, to be honest, though. And we'll go here to get it repaired. And I'll just park it right next to the sunflowers. Honestly, once the sunflowers are done, we could sell this header. We wouldn't have a use for it anymore. Wasn't much. Basically 1,500 bucks. This header we did buy primarily for the corn originally, and then we decided to do sunflowers in there. Which we should be able to make all the sunflowers into oil. Otherwise, really, sunflowers aren't really worth it. Making it into oil should make it a little bit more profitable. Should. Alright, so animals should be good. So we can go ahead and advance to April. We should be able to then do the sunflower harvest. Oh, wow. That is a lot of excess animals sold. That was, what, like 6 grand? Sometimes it's surprising. Of all the things in the world, I never thought I'd see this is one of those. It's a part of a mod. It's 120 centimeter square bales. Is that the standard size for that baler? Yeah, that is the standard size for that bale. It makes those really small bales. It's this one just with a windrower attached. Now, there's a couple of them here, but of all of them, that is not the thing that needs it. That is not the thing that needs it. But, alright, animals, sitting good, sitting good, sitting good. And this should probably be turned on. Almost 27,000 liters. And yep, that is, of course, ready to go. It shows we missed 2 small little spots in those, but I thought I did a fairly good job in them, but I guess not. I guess not. This is probably out of milk already. Yeah. It has a tendency to do that overnight, basically. You run out. So I'll just get those filled back up. It runs out so quick that it's tough to keep up. Even if we're getting 4,000 liters of this, and it's usually like 800-900 liters of the water buffalo milk, you just can't keep up. Then we'll just get the water buffalo milk, and then that should all be continuing on. It's like a happy jog. I've not seen that animation yet from the cows. Now, I've played a couple hundred hours of this already. I'll check in a little bit how much I've played in Farm & Sim. I mean, all the series plus like testing and stuff, it's 200 and something. Actually, never mind. We just hit 300 hours of in-game time now for Farming Sim 25. I think I was around 750 for 22. Actually, scratch that. It's actually 790 hours in 22. Man, I've been playing these games for a really long time. You just like sit here and you think, how many days have I spent in the last like 2 years playing Farming Sim? That's basically in the last 2 years, 2.5 years. I'm trying to think, it would have been. When did I start? In 22. Was it in 2022 that I started? Or was it 2023? It's 2022. Pretty sure. So yeah, we would be sitting at yeah, 2.5 years. Does not feel like it's been that long. It's almost surprising to me that it's been that long, actually. Now, of course, this will be going to the oil mill to be turned into oil, because that's probably going to be the most profitable thing we can really do with the sunflowers. It'd be far better than just direct selling it. I can take a look at the ratio here. Okay, so it'd be about, basically it needs to be double. A little bit more than double, and it would be worth it. Okay, sunflowers seem to max out about a little under 2,500. And sunflower oil is about 6.5 grand. So yeah, it would be worth it to do it that way. Definitely does not fill up nearly as fast as the corn does. Still will take a while to obviously finish this size of a field. It's a fairly good sized field. I want to say it took us a little while to get the canola finish when we did it there. So I would imagine it would take a little bit to do it this way, and the header is a lot smaller than it was at that time. But I would imagine we should be able to go around this field several times. I'll also unload it since I'm right here. Doesn't really make sense to, but why not? Why not? Well, I suppose I'll probably get another time lapse going for this. We can get this finished up nice and quick. Talk to everyone once the time lapse is done.
I will do my best to keep myself composed. It takes a lot not to overload. They can't tell me what is right for me. I just need peace of mind and my ability. But no one said that it would be this hard. my sights on a brand new beginning. A steady rhythm will hold me to the...
Alright, so we are finally almost done with this sunflower field. It's taken a while. Very, very much so taken a while. Which, I mean, it was kind of expected, like I said. It usually taken a while when we did, I think it was canola in here, and that was with a actual, like, grain header that is, like, double the width of this corn slash sunflower header, so was gonna take a while. Is that the symbol for hail coming? I know rain and hail's a little bit different. Yep, that's hail. What the heck? I do have the destruction for that off. I turned it off a really long time ago because it's one of those things. It's nice as a new feature, but it's not something I always want on. I know I turned it off in like Survival Challenge because obviously in that case I didn't want the weather to kind of mess things up per se. And we'll just activate that on before I forget. And I'll take... Because I remember which button it is. I'll take the money out now too. We decided, I think it was $400 per month. What I had decided. Because, like I've explained before, it shows we own the production. We don't. I'm pretty sure it's because I was leasing it with the lease production mod when I updated the map. So I'm just charging myself some money. Right now, I think it was $400 is what I kind of was doing last time. So I think technically speaking, it's not actually that much. If we were doing it via the lease production mod, it's actually probably gonna be like $100-200 in that case. But well, figured why not on this? A little bit more is really not going to hurt us. It's going to take a month or two to run it all out, so I'm not too terribly concerned about it. I'm not sure when this is ready to be sold. I think it's spring is when sunflower oil is, so we'll have to remember that come basically next year at this point. Yeah, basically be next year. It'll be one of the last things we probably end up selling. Because at some point I'm going to end up filling up like the cows' food and stuff like that at some point. It'll likely be closer to like middle of the year or something. Because at some point it just doesn't make sense, obviously. Feed them or put way too much food in there and then obviously not be able to sell the hay. I mean, it's possible that we'll end up just using all the hay that we have to keep them fed too. For however long. Yeah, we got almost 21,000 liters in there. It will take a while to run through. It should easily be done by the time. Yeah, it's like March next year, February next year. Basically a full year from now. Anyways, that is about everything for today. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope to see you in the next video. Bye.